Which types of weapons were paused?
Secretary, there were reports earlier this week that you and the president were unaware that the Pentagon had made a decision to at least temporarily halt the arms shipments to Ukraine. Were you? What's your take on that decision by the Pentagon, and what is your general take?
Well, I think that decision's been, that decision unfortunately was mischaracterized. It was a pause pending review on a handful of specific type munitions. That, frankly, is something that is logical that you would do, especially after an extended engagement that we saw both in defense of Israel and in defense of our own bases. And so it was a very limited review of certain types of munitions to ensure that we had sufficient stockpiles. And it's typical when you do these reviews that there's a short-term pause, because if, in fact, the review comes back that you have a shortage, you can't pull it back once it's been sent. But generally speaking, aid to Ukraine continues along the schedule that Congress appropriated.
Which types were paused? Which types of weapons were paused?
Largely defensive in nature. Some were offensive. But again, the ones that were expended in recent conflicts in the Middle East. And again, not because there is a shortage, but because it's prudent to look at it and say, okay, do we have enough of these in our stockpiles for all of our obligations around the world, both in defense of our bases in the Middle East, but also our obligations to our Indo-Pacific partners and any other contingencies that might arise. But in the end, I would say that the overwhelming majority of defense of military aid that the United States provides Ukraine has never been paused and continues along the same schedules that it's been.